Hello, let's go for this video and try to explain the case when we have an element that is connected to a circuit, but it's not part of the circuit. And let's find that element actually is going to be a battery. And let's try to find the potential difference of that battery with respect to any points from the circuit. Okay, let's do that. Let's share this screen and let's go for some simulations. Okay, let me go for simulations right here one more time. Let me stop the share. Hopefully I'm doing okay this time. Last time was not recording. Let me go to this part. Okay, and let me share this screen. Perfect. Um, this is a circuit. We have a circuit already in the simulations. And now let's take the difference between 2 points. Imagine this is 1 point, this is the other point, and this is the voltage between these 2 points. Remember, the voltmeter measures the difference in potential between 2 points. In this case, this point and this point. Usually, this is grounded, this is 0 usually, and this is the higher or lower potential, correct? And so on. For example, for this case, we have the potential difference between these 2 points is 37.67 volts. Now, imagine that we have a battery connected to one of these points. Imagine, let's connect the battery to the lowest point, which is right here. And this is the battery, and the battery goes in this way. We can find the potential difference between this point and the battery in this way, right? It's gonna be 9 volts, which is the voltage of the battery. Okay, but now what should be the potential difference between these points, the highest point, to the battery in this way? It's gonna be 28.67. How we can explain this? Okay, let's do it this way. Look, again, the potential difference between these 2 points is similar to having a potential difference when we have gravity, right? Imagine that this is our 0 in gravity, and this is the high potential represented by this pointer. High potential, this is the lower potential, right? Let's take this to be our 0, for example. And again, this represents these 2 points. It's our 0 in the circuit, and this is the higher potential in the circuit. Okay, now let's represent the battery in this section, in this part. How? Well, look, the lower potential is connected to the negative part of the battery. Okay, and let's do that in this sketch, in this figure. How we can do that? Well, let's use the battery, correct, and let's place it to this point, correct, to the point that goes to the lower position, lowest voltage, lowest electric potential, correct? Like in this case, look, this 0 is connected to the negative and this is connected to the negative. What should be, again, the difference? Well, at the beginning, look, this is the difference. Again, this difference from here to here is the difference from here to here using this picture, correct? Perfect. And is found to be, one more time, 37.67. Perfect. Now, what about when we go to this new difference, gonna be less? Why? Look, because right here now the difference is gonna be from here right to here. Oops, that's the new difference in potential. It's gonna be now from here to here. Give us the difference one more time from here to here, right, which is less. this is less than this difference. You see it? Okay, perfect. Now, what happens if we reverse the boundary? Correct, in this way. And repeat and find the potential difference. Let's do it. Now, in this case, again, we are working on this zero, correct? Means that what should be the difference is gonna be more. Means what? Now, because this is connected, before was this one, right? The zero was connected to the zero, negative was connected to zero, it was like this, correct? Was the difference. Now, and positive, look, positive, oops, what happens right here? A positive, this is the positive line, right? This one, positive, negative, right? Positive is connected to zero. And now we are going from this point to the highest point one. But in this case, the point is this one. We're going from this point to this point. As you can see, the difference is more than before. Look, the difference goes from this point to that point, okay? That's why right here we have this difference. Gonna be 40, gonna be the opposite, right? Gonna be 46.67. But at the beginning, the original one is what? Is 37. It jumps to 46, means that we're adding the 9 volts in this figure, right? Perfect. Now, what happens if we add a battery in the highest point, which is this one? Let's do it. Let's add a battery. Also, we can add a resistor. Look, imagine that we have a resistor too. A resistor and a battery. Imagine. Okay, we have this situation. Now, let's try to find the difference between, again, this point, the lowest point, and the highest point, but now this highest point is connected to a battery. You can see it's a wire, right? We have the same voltage, even though we go through the resistor, because there's no current, the voltage stays the same. But when we jump and cross the battery, we have to add or subtract the voltage, depends on the conditions. Like in this case, we're pointing to the negative side of the battery. At the beginning, it was 37, and now we subtract 9, that give us 38.67 in this case. Got it? How we represent this in this figure? We do in this way. Look, for this picture, we have the battery. Look, it's gonna be the this highest point is connected to the positive side of the battery, right? This is the highest point. Oops, it's connected to the positive, right? So the highest point, correct, is connected to the highest positive, to the highest point is connected to the positive of the battery. So what do we have now? Look, we have this difference. Now we go from here to here. Actually, we're connected negative. It's negative, right, to the negative with the zero. So this is negative, right? This is negative and zero. Okay, as you can see, it's gonna be less than before. Before is this one. One more time, this is zero, and this is the highest point. Correct. And now this is my zero, stays the same, my zero, but this is the lower point of the batteries right here, right? So the difference is this one, oops, from here to here. It's less than before. That's what we have right here, correct? Less voltage than, where am I? It's gonna be this one. Less voltage than before. Do you see it? Perfect. Now what happens if we reverse the battery right here in the highest point? Okay, let's do it. Let's reverse it and see what happens. When we reverse the battery, now we have this battery is connected to the negative. The highest point is connected to the negative side of the battery, right? It's gonna be the negative side of the battery. It's gonna be this one. This is negative side right here. And now we're going from the positive side to the 0 right here. We're going this way, right? And we have to add the this variable at the beginning. One more time is 37. Now it jumps to 46.67. Means what? Means that now the difference goes from 0 to the highest point, right? Which is this one. See, the difference increases than before. Correct? That's why we have 46. Now, what should be the difference between these 2 points? We can find it in this way. And it jumps right to another 9. At the beginning was 46, now goes to 55, right? Why that happens? Well, because remember before we had this situation, this is, oops, what happens right here? Before we had the situation, this is the lowest point, our 0 is connected to the positive side of the battery. So positive, we're going from negative to negative, right? In this picture. So we're going from negative right here to positive. From negative to positive, which is right. This is positive, correct? This is positive side. And this is the negative side. So what do we have then? We have this difference in potential. Right from here, this is negative to positive right there, right? This is negative, this is positive. Of course, we have the maximum potential difference in this circuit, right? So this is a way how we can understand or explain the behavior of these batteries when we attach them to a circuit, but they are not part of the circuit. Okay, hopefully this can help you to understand this behavior of circuit, and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.